If you are someone who has your steak rare or medium rare, you are free to unsubscribe. And thank you for your support, but you are free to go. Today, just before coming to the gym, actually, I needed some extra calories. I was looking in the fridge, so what should I have? I've got these pork loin steaks, right, which are pretty good. Had them last night. I have them quite often. They're one of my go-to bulking meals, actually. Each steak has, it's gone out my head. Over 200, no, about 250 calories and about 25 grams of protein, which is like genuinely really good for considering they're about like this big, something like that, right? And yeah, right. I was frying them, and I was like, pretty much I took them off a little bit too early, like compared to how long I usually cook them for. But I mean, I cut it open, and inside it looked fine. Like, yeah, it still looked decently cooked. But as I'm eating it, right? Okay, people always say that if you have yours, too cooked, right? Your steaks too cooked, then you're chewing for ages. If you have yours as a rare, it's the same thing. Oh, a nice little Ferrari just drove by. Yeah, I was there, and I was like, each like segment, like small segment of the steak, like this big, was taking so long to get through. I was like, this is not edible. I don't understand how you guys do it. If you're one of those people, I don't know how you do it. So the pan was, I put it in the sink already. Let's get the pan back out, clean it up, dry it, put it back on the hob. I re-cooked the steak, and then it was obviously much better. But if you're someone that has your steak rare or medium rare, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how, because that just tasted like I was not eating something cooked anyway. Yeah, we are back for arms. One quick thing to address. Last night I went to sleep, and I slept in a dodgy position, evidently, because I woke up this morning and my right shoulder is feeling a little bit, what's the best word to say it? I don't know. It's just feeling a little bit dodgy today. Okay, so for today's arm day, which by the way today we're doing arms, the plan is going to be light and squeezing sets and reps throughout the whole workout. We're not going to go for any heavy ones, and yeah, like I say, light and squeezing. And not only the main reason I'm doing it, of course, is for my shoulder. I don't want to mess it up, but it's also sort of to just show you guys, you can get a very good workout in just purely by light and squeezing reps, and you don't always need heavy reps, heavy weights, sorry, for your reps. I am someone who does really like going heavy, okay, and that's why I typically say to have a blend of both lighter squeezing sets and heavy, more all-out sets. But yeah, having that blend of both is perfect. But today, for this reason, we are going to go lighter, squeeze focused, and yeah, that should be good. Because look, I'll be honest, if there was like some sort of, I don't know, pretty much if I should in theory have a rest day today, but I just love the gym too much. And considering it's look, if it was like a chest day or a back day or something, there's no chance I'll be working out today. Okay, I'll be taking a rest day. But with arms, for what I've just said, the fact that I can go for a light squeeze and set, I don't really need to use my shoulder too much. I should be fine. And tomorrow I've got legs anyway, and I'm assuming by tomorrow it should be fine. So yeah. Anyways, pre-workout taken, and one more thing. My Pure Gym code was bugging out a little bit yesterday, so hopefully I can get in. Because yesterday I literally couldn't get in for ages. I had to get my way around it by doing this referral thing, getting through with a referral code. Yeah, it took a while, but hopefully no issues today. Anyways, yeah, 10:30 Tuesday evening. Let's get in the gym. Okay, done a few warm-up reps and feeling good. No pain. So as long as I keep my form pretty good, and like I say, keep these light squeezing reps in, then we should be alright. But I think we started off with buys last time, so tries this time round. So now I'm double guessing, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, double trip extensions. How many sets? I typically say 3. But since we're not doing any really heavy work, maybe 4. I'll see. Let's go. Let's get this first one in first. Right, good start. That felt good. Because I know discomfort. That's the thing. When you go like squeeze focused, you can really get struck to your form. Yeah, we'll see how many more sets. I think 3, and then if anything, we might come back to this later. But yeah, let's get a couple more in. Right, you guys, I think I'm only going to show 2 sets, but I ended up doing 4. Just because, yeah, showing 4 of this exact same movement, I think it's a little bit too much. But yeah, I ended up doing 4 there. Dropped the weight here for the last set. Very good start, and I'm very tempted. Actually, no, because I want to get some overheads in. I was going to say I'm very tempted to literally only do these for tries today. Do like 8 sets and call it for tries, because these are feeling so good. But anyways, let's move over to buys. Right, machine preach curls. You guys know how much I like this machine, especially as a starting exercise for the buys. So that's what we're going to go for. Yeah, similar with the tries, like squeeze focused. And yeah, we've had decided to do 4 sets. I'm not entirely sure. Probably not, because with buys I felt there's a little bit more flexibility to do some different exercises without having to worry about my shoulder. So we'll see. We'll get 3 in. And yeah, if I feel like I want to do another one, I'll do another one. But yeah, last week we put the seat up by 1 pin compared to how I usually have it, so a little bit higher, and it felt pretty cool. So we're going to go for that again. Yeah, I just want to see if I prefer it this way or the way I typically have it, a little bit lower down, where my tries can really just be on the pad there. Yeah, anyway, first set, like I say, squeeze focused, not too heavy. Yeah, let's get into this. Right, very good opener. Like I always say, something about this exercise, doing it first for your biceps, the burn just feels better than normal. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll go for 4 sets. That one felt really good. Weight wise, pretty happy with that as well. I don't know, but if it is 4 sets, actually, I'll do the same thing. What I've done there for the extensions by only showing the first and last one. Yeah, because 4 sets, I think it's a little bit too repetitive. So we'll see. Maybe you'll see me for set 2 and 3. If not, you'll just see me for the last one. Right, opted for 4. I think mainly just so my OCD can relax, knowing I've done 4 and 4. We're going to do 4 anyway, because we are on the last set. If this bloody phone wants to stay up. No, there we go. Yeah, I've done 1 set now, but I lowered myself back down again. I think I'm gonna do that in the future. Just play with the seat. Although I moved it back up as I was sitting there because I felt way too low. Yeah, I think it hits the biceps slightly different way. Yeah, first 2 sets 41. Then I dropped it down by 1 pin, but there's all circle weighted plates. Put that on for set 3. I've dropped that little plate, which is 2 kilos. So yeah, we're on 36 now for this last set, and still same focus. Light squeezing. So let's finish strong here. I always like to make my last set on here rest pause. I feel like it's just so easy to do that you may as well. Plus, always feels good anyway. And yeah, bars already feeling pumped. And what's that? 4 sets for buys, 4 sets for tries. I only usually do not 7 for each anyway. So honestly, this could be a 2 movement arm day. So only 2 movements for tries and 2 for buys. So I want to get some overhead extensions in. Then I'm going to experiment with the weight just now, because like I say, do not want to mess up my shoulder at all. So we're going to go lighter than normal, but I still want to get those overheads in. I don't know. Is that smart, or is it better to just stick with extensions for today? I don't know, but regardless, let's move back over to tries. Right, I experimented with just over half the weight I usually do for overheads, and yeah, got a few reps in, and let's just say I wasn't feeling the best. So I think the fact that I'm even getting a workout in, I should be happy enough of that. So let's not overstay our welcome. Let's just put it that way. So what this is going to be for today is literally a 1 exercise try day. We're only going to be doing these extensions. Obviously not optimal by any means, but regardless, at the end of the workout, I am going to have a pump, and for one try day, it's not the end of the world, really. But yeah, looks like that's literally all we're going to do. So I think just 3 sets here, and that will be tries done. That will be 7 sets on total for tries, and that is pretty much all you need. So yeah, bit of a different one today, but regardless, like I say, when we get the pump check, we'll still be pumped up, and can still classify it as a good enough workout. So yeah, 3 sets here. I may not show everyone. Actually, it'll be quite a short video if I don't. I don't know. We'll see. But regardless, let's get into this first one, but technically fifth set of these extensions. Right, good set. And what I'll do today, I suppose, since we're not showing too much content, show forearms. We barely ever show forearms nowadays because I used to show them pretty much every arm day. There's not much point, I don't think, because I mean it's pretty boring to watch. But for forearms, what I always do, get a straight bar, and I'm just getting some forearm curls in between sets. It's very time efficient. That way I don't have to do all my forearm training after I'm done with the bulk of the arm day. Just getting them in between sets. Your forearms, I mean, they are of course working whilst you're doing buys and tries, but whether they doing this really impacts your sets that much, I don't think so. It does a little bit, of course, but I would rather be a bit more time efficient and maybe lose 1 rep per arm day here and there. So yeah, anyways, to be honest, I can just keep myself mic'd up here whilst I do these because they're not highest in intensity, but they are very effective. Let me tell you that. And here the key is not to go heavy. Once you go heavy enough, but you don't really want to go heavy because once you go too heavy, this is one of those exercises that your form does actually matter quite significantly, because otherwise, if you get too heavy, it'll start turning into a tricep push down or even a lat pullover type workout. So by staying light, you focus on only using your forearms to bring the bar down. And this is one of those where you don't reach like complete failure, because once again, to do with your form, I don't really want to be bringing in other muscle groups into this. But just like that, literally I'll get like 6-7 of these sets in for all my arm days, because I'm on a cable so often during an arm day, and like I say, pretty much every set is super setted with one of those. But let's go back over to tries and get 2 more sets in of those extensions. And just like that, that concludes very unconventional tricep workout. We're gonna stay on the cables to finish off buys, but I mean, 7 sets of literally just those extensions. Tries are definitely feeling pumped, so it works, that's for sure. But yeah, do I recommend doing this? Not at all. Yeah, look, you don't need a lot of variety, but some, but it's definitely necessary each exercise. Actually, let me readjust these cables. But yeah, each exercise will hit your muscle in a slightly different way, even if it's for the same muscle group. So overheads, of course, you know, the long heads, the short heads, all that stuff. You know, as much as people want to downplay it, saying it's, you know, science-based lifting, whatever, it is true at the end of the day. Okay. Otherwise, if not, people would literally just do one exercise. Actually, probably not, out of boredom, because let's just say, yeah, definitely wasn't the most entertaining arm day so far. I mean, but yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Anyways, let's finish off buys. We're going to do the same thing here. 3 sets. Let's do some Bayesian curls, I think. Alright, even though we are still working with cables. Just so that there's, in my mind anyway, some more variety. I've moved over to the cables. A little bit further down. There we go. Yeah, what I'm going to do for these Bayesian curls, because I'm doing them single armed, I'm going to show the first set here on my right arm. Then I'm going to show set 3 on the left arm. So for you, it only look like one set, but obviously I'd have done a set in between, if that makes sense, because I'd have to move you guys all the way there and back between every single set, so you can actually see what's going on. Definitely there's any point to that. But yeah, let's finish off buys, like I say. 3 sets here, and can call it a day for this very what's the best adjective for this arm day? It's just, I was going to say boring, but it's still fun and uneventful. Let's just say that. Anyways, let's finish strong, eh? Right, we are done. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, not the most orthodox arm day, but I mean, I'm feeling pumped. I'm feeling like I've destroyed both my buys and tries, so regardless, I can't complain, you know. And it goes to show that, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to save this chat for a little cardio talk. I'm going to hop on the treadmill in a second, but first of all, let's go and get a pump check. Okay, we're making this one of the quickest pump checks. Mirror room, both rooms. Busy, so we're in the disabled toilet, but Basically, this toilet has a shower as well. Someone's had a shower in there, and I should say that the ventilation system in there is not the best. So yeah, I want to get out of here as quick as possible. And yeah, front camera as well, so slightly lower quality, but I need to watch out for this massive puddle. Do a few poses. I don't want to flex too hard to not hurt on the shoulder, but I mean, I think that certainly goes to show you do not need much variety. In the long run, sure, switch it up, but if, like, let's say you're on holiday, actually, I'm going to save this for the cardio chat, but yeah, very good arm day. Let's finish up with some cardio and core work. Right, finally got this mic working. But yeah, like I said, very, very much a different arm day, but I think the pump shows ultimately that it was a good arm day. And yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about here. Hopefully this picks me up pretty well. But yeah, that's all. Actually, I'm going to take this. That you don't need all this fancy equipment to get gains, and what it makes me think of firstly is say you're on holiday and you're in a hotel gym, and I mean, yeah, we all know when hotels advertise that, oh yeah, look at me, I've got a gym. Hold on, I need to get this charger on. 1 second. Okay. And then yeah, they say we've got a gym in our hotel. You go to check it out, and there's like a treadmill and like a dumbbell and a yoga ball, and that's basically it. But sometimes they'll have, you know, a little. To be fair, you could even get a full arm workout with just a dumbbell. Just do for buys, dumbbell curls, forearm curls, for tries, skull crushers. See what I mean? And it just goes to show, yeah, the most important factor when it comes to getting big, to getting gains, isn't the perfect split. It's not the perfect exercise selection that you'll see on Instagram Reels and on TikToks and the rest of this. The most important thing is your intensity, always. As long as you're working hard and you're, training the intended muscle correctly, you're going to get gains. You're going to see results. It's pretty much as simple as that. But you've got to make sure that intensity is there, that you are training to failure for pretty much every set. I've never really understood the concept of not going to failure for every single set, because the way how I see it is, especially not anywhere near for any starters in the gym, okay, because the way how I see it is, for a lot of people when they first begin, including myself, your idea of what failure is and what failure actually is completely different, right? What you might think, right, I've reached failure, you may be even 10 reps off failure. So when people say I don't train to failure every set, that begs a question for me. I'd love to see your workout, because I think anyway, personally, if you're not trained to failure every set, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. I think you're leaving gains on there because, yeah, like I say, you may be thinking you're getting close to failure, but in reality, so you stop the setting like, yeah, I only had about 3 more reps in me. Let's stop it there. I don't want to get this set to failure. But then what if in reality you had 7 more reps? That's what I mean. And over time, that accumulates. And the reps that count the most, if you ever wanted any motivation to push yourself to failure, the reps that matter the most are the last ones of each set. Okay, because the first ones, they're easy. Anyone can do them. Here's 20 kg dumbbells, go and bench press it. Easy. 5 reps, done. And then the challenging reps, those are the ones that, like I say, are the most effective. Those last few
when you're dying, you're unsure if you can get the weight up. Those are the ones that are the most important. So the only way to know if you're training to failure is to actually train to failure, because then you have an understanding of what failure actually is. And failure, at the end of the day, muscle failure is literally you being unable to move it. So what am I trying to get at here? Yeah, intensity is the most important thing, right? So train till failure. That way you know you are leaving it all out there and you're certain that you're going to get gains. Because if you train every single set to failure, there's no doubt in my mind, even if your nutrition's not the best, even if your sleep's not the best, you are still going to make gains. Obviously there's other things, and hydration also are going to help that, but yeah, training till failure, at least you're ensuring that what you're doing in the gym is counting for something, and it's working. So if I ever had a tip, train till failure. Okay, train till bloody failure. And you'll see most of these bodybuilders, they will say the same thing, to train till failure, because they know, okay, that way you are leaving it all out there and it's effective. So yeah, I remember when I first started lifting anyway, there was so many contradicting ideas about whether or not you should train till failure every set. And to those people who said it's not good for you to do that, shame on you, because you just lied to so many people and you've confused them. I've trained till failure every single set pretty much for over let's say the last year, right? Maybe even more than that. And I'm getting results, and I'm getting better results than ever, because I know that way my intensity is checked off inside the gym. So yeah, train till failure, and you won't regret it. That's what I would say. But yeah, to be fair, I remember I was watching a Sam Sort video a while back, I can't remember how long ago, but it did stick with me, and I still do remember hearing what he was saying. And he was saying that sometimes for his arm days, he would literally do dumbbell curls and push downs, and that's it. And he would still see that as a good arm day, which it is, because once again, like I say, once those sets are pushed to a failure, you're sorted. You are sorted. Yeah, I'm not going to ramble on for too long today, because I just can't be bothered, to be honest. Today I'm a little bit tired now. Yeah, we made the most out of not the best situation, let's just say that today. Hopefully by the time we have chest and shoulders, so today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday comes, shoulder will be feeling good. I don't think there's anything serious. I literally just slept on it, because I know I did. And then when I wake up in the morning, I was like, oh, why did I do that? So hopefully, yeah, by the time Thursday comes, shoulder will be solid. I can get that chest day. Yeah, like I say, tomorrow's legs, so no issue in that regard. But yeah, this morning weighed in 88.8, fasted body weight after going to the toilet, so official body weight. And yeah, obviously a few days ago I weighed in at 89, or just over 89, so I'm near enough at 89 kg. I think a few more days. So if I'm being honest, do I see myself hitting 90 before I go away in 3 weeks? Probably not. It is what it is. Yeah, you get what you get. You don't get upset. I'm going to start the cut anyway, because when I go away on holiday, I'm not going to get my calories in, and that's the most important. That's the main reason why I'm going to be going on this cut, because I will not be able to bulk whilst I'm out there, and I'll be 7 days basically with. If I can find a gym out there, that's cool. If not, then maybe not even any lifting. So if I was to be bulking out there, I'll just be getting fat. But I know I won't be able to get 4,300 calories in every single day. That's just impossible as you're traveling for me anyway. So yeah, may as well just begin the cut. Yeah, speaking of calories, I need to, after this, get 1,400 in. Should be pretty simple. Might be some more of those steaks. Still got a few more. Pretty repetitive, but is what it is. This is what bulking does to you, right? You don't think of food as, what do I fancy anymore? You just think of it purely as calories and protein, and fat to some extent also, but mainly those two things. So yeah, I'd be more excited if someone offered me a meal full of calories and protein as opposed to a meal that I'd really like, that tastes really good, but has way less of those two things, and that's just one of those things that you sort of figure out for yourself when you go on a bulk and cut, to be fair, also. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you for, should be a leg day tomorrow. It's gonna be a lighter one because we went very heavy last time. My legs are still quite sore, even now just walking. I can still feel my hamstrings and calves mainly. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a lighter one, and that's all. So I'll see you guys for that.